Bag of Chips is Blue Orange Games, a company I love, and it comes in an actual bag.
Was it delicious?
Let's find out. It's good. I was totally stuck there. What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner? Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Thoughts in the Corner with my good friend Adam.
Yep.
And we're talking about Bag of Chips, the salty and tasty game for Blue Orange Games. It's for ages 8 plus for 2 to 5 players. Take about 15 to 20 minutes to play. And Bag of Chips is a really simple game. We're going to set out these 4 cards in the middle. Then everybody is going to get 6 of these victory point cards right here. Now, these victory point cards are going to have different conditions that you will score victory points at the end of the game. So, for instance, if 2 purple chips and 2 red chips, and these are the chips right here, come out on the different boards, you will get 16 points at the end of the game as long as this is on the score side of your card. So how it works is you set these 4 cards in the middle. Everyone's going to start with 6 of these victory point condition cards, and there's like 8 different ways these work. Some of them will say like, oh, if the red chip is the last chip drawn out of the bag, you get like 150 points. Or, oh, if there's no orange chips drawn, you get like 50 points or whatever. And when we first start, you're going to draw 5 of these chips out of the bag. So you might get green, purple, red, and then 2 yellows. And then with that green, purple, and red, 2 yellows, you look at your hand of 6 scoring cards and you say, well, this card obviously is not going to work now because there's a red out. And you put it in your discard pile and you say, oh, you know, I don't think I'm going to hit this one right here. And you put it into your discard pile in front of you because you're going to use it a little bit later. So once everyone's done that, you move on to phase 2, which is really quite simple. And once again, it shows you on the iconography, draw this many beans, get rid of this many cards. Round 2, it's amazing. You're going to draw this many beans, and you're going to get rid of 1 card. So now there will be more beans out. You'll once again look at your smaller hand. You'll only have 4 cards in here. You say, all right, I'm going to discard this card. I don't think I can do it. And then you get onto this run, where you're once again going to draw some beans out of the bag. In this case, you draw 3, and then this is where things get interesting. You got some iconography on the bottom. You're like, what the hell does this mean? It's actually really quite simple. You're going to place 2 cards into what will be your scoring pile, where you'll score positive points on this green little plus sign. You'll put 1 card on this negative side right here. It has kind of Ticket to Ride style rules, which is that if you happen to score the card on your negative, so let's say that, oh, magically, we actually did draw no reds out of the bag, and you had that there, you would lose however many points is up there. So, for instance, if this was your last card and 2 oranges were drawn at the end of the game and you had to put it on the negative side, you would get negative 44 points. And then you just tally up the number of points you have, looking at how much you scored on the plus side and the negative side. Everyone does this, and whoever has the most points in a round is going to get 2 of these little tokens right here. Whoever's the second most will get 1 of these little tokens, and then you'll collect everything back up, and you'll rinse, wash, repeat until someone has at least 4 of these tokens right here. Dirt simple. I'm sure there's a gameplay video up. It's a really light, simple filler game. But what are your thoughts on it? First impression for you.
It was enjoyable. It's a light strategy. It's quick and easy. You don't get too invested in it. Yeah, it was a fine game.
I think you bring up a good point. You don't put too much investment into it. I feel like this is definitely like a sit-around beer and pretzel style game. I think that's what they call it, where it's just easily a family style game. I taught this to my 6- and 9-year-old. They had no problem playing it. I think this is a great... if you're the kind of person who can keep games frequently in your bag or in your purse or in your cargo pockets, this one will definitely fit. It's easy to learn, easy to teach. The iconography is great. I mean, I'd love a little player reference card potentially, but you don't really need it. I mean, that would be nice if there was like some, maybe like on the back of the bag or somewhere of it. Just because the only thing that you're going to want to come back to the rules for really is these 8 different ways that you can score right here. But other than that, it's a very straightforward game. Does not say it's welcome, and I honestly, I think it's a really very good filler weight game. I don't know if I'd go great, but I think it's very good.
Yeah, it's solid. Yeah.
So, yeah, I like it. You like it. I mean, we pretty much, there's not much to talk about here. It's a little bit press your luck.
Yeah.
I do like...
I wish that there were a variance in like these. Like if there was different ones that, you know, the win condition is different, or as you're going through... It does something, you know. And
that'd be easy, too, because the back of this is just nothing.
Right.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Maybe instead of getting rid of a card, you, like, put another one in the minus column or something. I don't know.
That seems like a no-brainer. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. But in the end, here's the question I always ask. Would you want this game if I were going to hand it to you? Do you think it would stay on your shelf?
I don't think so.
Really? Not even with the portability?
I mean, it's good, but I think there are other light games that I would get out before this one.
Okay.
I think that probably in a month I won't remember this game.
Ah.
Like it was fine. Like everything was solid. It just didn't impress me. It didn't leave an impression.
I see what you're saying. I totally do. I definitely think like I would rather play. Who was that? I'd rather play a variety of other filler-weight games, in particular press your luck style games. But I'm keeping this game. It's going to stay on my shelf primarily because my 6 and my 9-year-old really latched onto this game. They had an absolute blast with it. And I just like the portability of this. Like, we could just grab this. We could take this to the restaurant with us, no problem. It's novel, reaching into the bag of chips. And at the end of the day, it's reasonably priced, too, because they saved, I imagine, a lot of packaging on this. I actually think this is a really smart idea. Because how many of these can fit in a box as opposed to something else?
Right.
So very good. I think it's very good. You think it's good? Very good. Yeah. It's not great. I don't think it's going to set the world on fire, but if you like filler-weight games, you have a collection of filler-weight games, I think this is one you might want to check out. There's no, like, it's all iconography. Like, this is very language independent as long as you teach it to the person, I do believe. And at the end of the day, I think Bag of Chips is a solid one that I think a lot of people are going to like, especially because I imagine the price is right. So that is Bag of Chips from Blue Orange Games. Rock solid. Check this one out if you like filler-weight games. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 15,000 subscribers because I like the number 15. And in the comments below, let me know, do you have a better reason that I could give people as to why I wanted to hit 15,000 subscribers, despite the fact I'm, like, nowhere near it? I just went for an arbitrary number. I should have went 13 because I'm close, or 12, but I was like, nah, just jump for 15.
15? Yeah. What would you tell people?
Yeah. Celebrate my 15th birthday? I don't think they'd buy it. My 15th birthday sucked. I really want to go back retroactively and celebrate.
It'd be like, more subscribers gets me more money.
In theory, yeah. Unless you buy them. But let me know in the comments below. It's something 15.
Are you a fan of money grabs?
I do love money grabs. As always, thanks for your time, YouTube. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.